Why do we fail at our relationships, job, or diet? Well, it's actually because we would rather ignore the problems than put in the work, effort, and energy that it takes to change them. Don't believe me? How many people complain about their work, their job, and then 5 years later, when you talk to them, they're still in the same position at the same company? The question isn't whether or not it's true that we don't do the work. The question is, why don't we do the work to change the things in our life that we hate? How many of you remember that scene in The Matrix where the main character was given, I think it was Neo, was given a choice to take a red pill or a blue pill? The red pill giving him access to all the information that he would need to have to understand the reality of what he was living, or the blue pill that would allow him to go back to his peaceful world of pretend, where he would live out his life a slave to a machine, but not know it, like everybody else who was living in the Matrix. Now, first of all, how many of us, when we were watching that movie, were really tempted to just take the blue pill and go back and just pretend like we didn't know any of this? Because it just seems crazy to take the red pill, right? And engage all of that chaos that's going to happen now that I know that what I'm living is what I'm living. Now, taking the red pill would mean that you would have answers, real answers. But it would also mean that in order to implement those answers, I'd have to fight for it, right? It's not going to be easily handed to me, because once I know the truth forever. And then I know that if I engage poor behavior, I'm damaging the system. And I want us to understand that when it comes to our physical health, this is exactly the situation that we have. We get a piece of information that tells us that sugar is causing chaos in our body. But to get off sugar, we will have to put in a heck of a lot of work. And if we don't put that work in, sugar will continue to damage our health. So let's take a moment and look at what that really means. It would mean that moving forward, I would be aware that every time I eat a cookie, or in Violet's case, every time I eat a chocolate bar, that I truly understand that I'm damaging the inside of my body. So this taste that I'm getting is creating actual damage that then I will have to live with at some point in my life. Now, maybe I'm not going to feel that this minute, but I have knowledge now that I will feel it at some point. That means I know I'm creating holes in my foundation. That means I know I'm shortening my own lifespan. That means I know I'm setting myself up for even more physical pain. And I'm setting myself up for psychological pain, that I am actually damaging my body. Can you imagine that situation where you know for a fact that food builds your body and that the quality of the food that you eat actually matters? Because taking the red pill would mean that. Here's what's really, really scary. The real reason that most of us do not solve our metabolic issues is that we haven't taken either pill, right? We're allowing ourselves to live in limbo, pondering that question of which pill to take forever. So consider what that means for your life. You know that calories in, calories out doesn't actually work, and it's just a lie that was created to keep us fat. But you still try to slip it into keto when you're right. You're doing keto, but you're counting calories, and you're still trying to slip it in there somehow, because somehow you're trying to make it work. But at the same time, you know that too many carbs is what's causing internal damage. And that means that my body will be harmed every time I eat too many carbs. But you still try to experiment with doing 40 grams or 80 grams to see, like, well, can I do it now? Like, is it okay to allow some extra carbs in now? And so I'm constantly pulling from left and pulling from right. I'm doing sometimes keto stuff. I'm doing sometimes low fat stuff. I'm sometimes letting in many more carbs than I should. And living in limbo is actually causing you to be tormented, because although you have the information, you're unable to act fully on one purpose. What I'm really trying to show you is that you have to take a decision. You either are going to take that blue pill and go back to a life where you treat sugar like a harmless substance that you can eat and be healthy, and accept that it's normal for my brain to be foggy sometimes. It's normal for me to forget. It's normal for me to have no energy although I've slept. It's normal for my body to slowly shut down and be painful as I age. Like, choice point number one is take that blue pill and make that your reality. Or take that red pill and know that you will have to overcome addiction and then put in the work, effort, energy to eat healthy every single day, to choose healthy, whole foods every single day, no cheats, no shortcuts, to achieve a healthier body, a healthier mind, an overall sense of health. Wellness warriors, I know this is a hard choice I'm asking you to make, but I need you to consider that if you continue to live in limbo, you're going to keep flipping back and forth between living a keto-ish lifestyle and living a calorie restricted lifestyle, and back and forth and back. You need to commit. If you're doing keto, then do keto, which means understand how food's affecting your body, understand why whole foods are what you're supposed to be eating, put down the idea of processed foods, and allow your body to heal. Are you stuck in the matrix, Wellness Warrior? If you made it this part of the video, I at least believe you don't want to be stuck. So go to the description, click on the link, join the Wellness Squad, because over there, you're going to get the support you need to do everything that's in this video on the screen right here. That's going to help you to get those cravings under control. We can do this if we do it together.